Does this register with you?
Oh, no, it doesn't.
Okay, well, that's how mediumship goes. If there's anybody out there with somebody named Brian who recently passed, get in touch with me. Okay, hold on. Oh, I know what. Do me a favor. I'm going to ask you to tell me both your birthday and your first name.
August 24th. My birthday is August 24th.
Okay, happy birthday.
Thank you. It's my mom.
Radio Network and watching Moonstruck TV, enlightening television. Welcome.
Time for Jacqueline Close-More Live with Jacqueline Close-More. Jacqueline Close-More. Live from jacqueline.com.au.
Connect direct. In North America, dial 888-454-2751. In London, 20-3519-2158. In Sydney, dial 02-8488-3147. Or online, contact us through our Facebook page, facebook.com/Psychic Radio.
Or one of our websites,
AskOneRadio.com or Moonstruck.tv.
This is Jacqueline Close-More
On
Live.
A1R, the Ask One Radio Network.
Hello, welcome to the show. I'm Jacqueline Close-More. You're on A1R Psychic Radio and Moonstruck TV, and today I'm joined by a good friend and a very amazing author and astrologer of good standing around the world. I have with me Angelica Danton. Hello, Angelica. How are you?
How are you, Jacqueline? Great.
It's a rocking old day, isn't it? We've got Mars has gone retrograde. We've got fatigue, and we've got a fatigue state of Victoria in which we're deciding whether lizards are running.
We really are.
We are. We're deciding if the lizards are actually running the government, which I assure you they're not. I don't think that we have lizard eyes behind here, and just to start that off in the most unusual manner. But Mars is retrograde, so why not? So now we're going to take a call when we can. Hopefully David's got that happening. I better want chat screen up so I can see what on earth he's telling us. But essentially, let's talk Mars retrograde while we're here. Usually we get sort of fatigue. There's a desire to do things impulsively, and it's like, there can be frustration. What else have you sort of noticed with Mars retrograde, and with this one in particular?
Yeah, Jacqueline, the thing is with Mars retrograde is, it's like it affects everything to do with our energy. Couples are complaining that they're arguing with each other. They're having the most bitter arguments because they're really not seeing eye to eye at the moment. They're becoming impatient with each other. There's lots of breakups. A lot of this is to do with the fact that Mars really going backwards makes us feel as if we're walking up the hill, but we're not walking up the hill. Basically, we're not getting anywhere. So there's that really strong sense of frustration with it, and that's really, really heightened by Saturn Capricorn at the moment, which is squaring off Mars Aries retrograde. So we are in a cycle where everyone feels as if, they're not getting their energy through to doing the things they want, very frustrated, and people's sexuality being affected, feeling restricted, feeling as if they're not able to express themselves. That's another part of it.
Look, absolutely. I sort of find the great irony in people in Melbourne complaining of lockdowns when we've had, and this has been, what are we in now, week 6 or some, I've lost count. And yet we've got refugees that are still, and they're actually, applicable to asylum. And yet they're still being held in lockdown for 7 years now without having been released. And it's sort of the great irony here is, here we're going on about our human rights, and yet we've got a very real human rights thing that's been going on for 7 years here and is largely unnoticed in Melbourne. So it's sort of a bit of a funny one, because all of this first time of people being oppressed, who sort of been very comfortable up until this point, it sort of highlights people who really are oppressed over a long period. How do you sort of feel like that's going to go through this retrograde? Because we've got this retrograde right through till November.
Well, I think the thing is that the point is that people do, they have, I believe, with Mars retrograde, you get an opportunity to really look at what really matters. Yeah. And that's the positive side of this period we're going through until about November the 13th, when Mars will resume forward motion again. It's like we're getting that opportunity to really review what matters to us. And I think it is important for people to understand when things are going to change. I mean, I can understand why there's many, many people frustrated and also wondering what is going to happen. I mean, people have been affected in their businesses. They've been frustrated. They've been put out of whack. They want to know what's going on. And I think that part of it is quite healthy and normal. That's a healthy energy to express yourself. But I think it's also important to realise that this will start to become better for us in terms of clarity, where we're going, what's going to happen soon. So very soon, November the 13th and 14th, we should see progress, Jacqueline. And that's moving forward as well. So that's going to change for us, and we're about September 29th. So that's going to be a change for us as well with Saturn energy. So I think things will start to, I think people will start to become more understanding of what's going on. We're going to get more clarity about the situation that we're in with the pandemic, and we're going to start to realise what really matters. Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
I think so.
Definitely.
I think so. And I think when we take into context that although this has been really difficult for people, and it sure is, because people are losing entire businesses here, and it has been quite awful on a mental health level.
Definitely. Yes, we have to be aware of the fact that people have suffered a lot, and kids as well. They haven't been able to get out, their exercise, do their sports. Yeah, There's a lot going on. Yeah, go on.
I think we also need to take that to other people besides our own experience and sort of look at that over the whole context here. So when we're looking at people who have fled war-torn sort of areas, to sort of take that into context as well. Just, maybe it's a time to think about those sorts of things. It's like when people didn't think about, the job seeker payment being not increased for 25 years. And it's taken all these people being out of work for people to suddenly go, oh, hang on, this is not enough. For the government to go, overnight, boom, couldn't change it for 25 years, boom, overnight we can change it. So it's sort of this time of us having to look at, as you were saying before off air, about the earthy Capricorn Pluto type of energy of, this rebirth that we can go through can also be on that level. But,
Absolutely.
We'll pop into our caller. We've got Goldie in Richlands, Virginia, USA. Hello, Goldie.
Hi, Goldie.
Hi.
Welcome to the show. Is there a question you wanted to ask Angelica? She's here doing a reading today.
Yes. My mom passed like 2 years ago, and I never did find out who my daddy was. The man I thought was my dad is not my dad, so that's the question I have.
Okay, so can you give me your date of birth, Goldie, or your birthday, please?
Okay, it's February the 14th of 1963.
Right. Okay, you're an Aquarian, right? Okay, so the question is about your dad. You want to know more about your father and get more clarity. Is that what your question is about?
Well, when my mom died, she didn't tell me who my dad was. The man she thought was my dad is not my dad. So I've had several people tell me.
Okay. I feel that you are going to find out who your father is. Whether it's to do with your mum or not, I feel that you are actually going to be told who your father is. You'll find out on your own account, or you will be given information by someone who can actually help you on that pathway, and you'll be able to prove it. So I think you'll come to, you act like you're an investigator, but you are going to find out what you need to find out. And I'm feeling that there's just a message coming through for you here, and that is, do not take notice of other people who try to discourage you at the moment from finding out what you need to find out, okay?
I'm getting really strongly an army vibe here. I've got an army vibe really strongly here. Are you getting that vibe as well, Angelica?
I feel that her dad was a person who had a lot of responsibility.
Yep.
I don't want to make her feel as if she shouldn't do this, but she will face some opposition. Yep. And she may find that I've got a feeling she may find he's passed over, but, I feel she should still go ahead and find out. That's important for her, right? I've
got really tall, long, white columns at the front of a building. It looks like a Georgian house, and I actually have military here really strongly. That's what I'm getting with you, Goldie, with this situation. And I can't get away from that. And it's like there's generations upon generations of the word military comes to mind here. And certainly I would agree with responsibility. I would also feel that there are people in, strong circles, influential circles here, and certainly community leadership involved here in how this man connects, which would be why you're going to get opposition here, but you shouldn't be discouraged under any circumstances, I would agree. and fully concur there with what Angelica is saying. So I hope that helps you at least begin the journey. But certainly it does feel as if you're going to find that out, looking at this, within the next, certainly within the next 4 years, but it may be a lot, it could be a lot quicker. I think you're going to, there's a real connection within 4 years. 6 months would be a certain tipping point in this, that's for sure.
Within.
Yep.
Yeah, maybe earlier than that. And also, just on that, just can I add, I feel she will find a male who's been a friend of her father's and could have quite a responsible position now to back her up. That I feel around her as well. Do you get that?
Yep. Oh, yeah, absolutely. It's, if I get the 4 year mark, maybe that's where there's a really significant meeting with this. But it's, the 6 months or earlier may be the first startings of this connection. But I'm getting it as 4 years when there's this real, like a meeting of some kind. And I see a woman around 45, 50 maybe, and she's quite plump. And then there's a skinnier woman, and she seems quite a bit older, maybe 60, strangely. And they're both together, and I'm seeing them with this Georgian house. And that's where this really big conversation's going on, and that could be within 4 years. I'm not saying that one is a 6 month. It's a different conversation. I do believe this man you're picking up on, Angelica, is definitely within that 6 month point.
Yep. And I think also when she does find out more about where her father fits into her life, she's going to find out a heck of a lot more about her background, and it's going to make 100% sense to her a lot of the things she's felt about her life.
Oh, yeah.
Yep. Goldie. Yep.
Watershed. It's going to be beautiful. So
very interesting.
We're sending you a lot of love there, Goldie, and I think we're running out of time. But we're sending you so much love right now, and I'm going to light a candle, and I know Angelica will certainly light a candle on various levels.
I will do.
To light a rocket under this one.
Absolutely.
So that we send you Godspeed and love to help you with this, because you are a beautiful person and you've given a lot in your life, and it's been very challenging because at times you're not feeling like you're getting it back. So just know that we're with you, sweetheart. And if at any point you need to get in touch, we're here. Okay, so you can find us on Jacqueline Closemore Live on Facebook if you need to connect, or you can connect through A1R Psychic Radio. In the meantime, I think we're running down on time here, but what a beautiful soul Goldie is there, Angelica.
Goldie's got such a path in front of her, finding out the truth. And she's got that wonderful Aquarian spirit.
Psychic Radio, Earth's #1 psychic radio network, and watching Moonstruck TV, enlightening television. Welcome.
Time for Jordy Jane's Psychic Medium with Jordy Jane. Live from jordyjanes.com.au.
Connect direct. In North America, dial 888-454-2751. In London, 20-3519-2158. In Sydney, dial 02-8488-3147. Or online, contact us through our Facebook page, facebook.com/psychic radio.
Or one of our
websites.
AskOneRadio.com or Moonstruck.tv.
This is Jordy James, Psychic Media.
On A1R, the Ask One Radio Network.
Good afternoon and good morning. My name is Jordy James and I have got you for the next 15 minutes. I'm very excited. So today I was trying to have a look at what I was going to talk about because I do a little bit of an inspirational thing every morning before I do things. And I thought today the word grateful is a really big word, and I've only started really doing this. I mean, I do it all the time, don't get me wrong, but it's actually over the last probably week that I have become more aware of me saying it, it's like the word has just been coming very fluidly to me over the last week. Now, as I do that, I want to say over the last probably couple of days, I've actually been saying a little prayer each night to say how grateful I am for this, 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 and this. Now, what does grateful mean to you? I really feel like we've got to start really sort of working, and also happy Maboon to those beautiful people over in the Northern Hemisphere. We're in, I'm going to say this wrong, so please don't shoot me. It's Ostara, I think it's called Ostara, which is the spring equinox, and you've gone into the fall equinox. So I hope you've had a really good celebration over the last couple of days. I think today's the last day for you guys over there. So, because it basically goes for 3 days, or it goes for 2 days. But so it's new beginnings over here for us because it's like our Easter. And I was really grateful to be aware of knowing that I've got all these new beginnings coming up, and I'm very excited for this new growth. And yes, I have been in a bubble over the last, probably we've been in lockdown, and we're actually in regional. We're not as bad as the metro Melbourne, but still it's been quite an interesting thing with me being kryptonite September for me now. I know September is a month for kryptonite for me, so I need to sort of bury myself, not in the sand, but be grateful in shadow work that I've done. So for me, it's now I'm grateful that we've moved into this sort of phase of new beginnings, and I've got all these ideas ready to write down and really get focused on. So really looking forward to what the future holds over the next couple of months coming up to Christmas. So for me, I'm really going to start emphasizing on being grateful each night, writing a little journal, writing 3 things that I'm grateful for, but then also maybe doing a little bit of a line that gives me, I'm grateful for this because I feel journaling is a great thing for everyone to have. And I don't do it as much as I should, but when I do it, I just get on my iPad and just type, because I love writing, but typing for me, because I'm a touch typer, I type really fast. So any way possible that you find is the most fluid way of doing grateful journaling. It's really, it's like I want to say, it gives us in our heart space ready for the new day, ready for a good night's sleep. It's just something that I feel is really important, and what we've been going through universally over the last six to nearly nine months, it's really something to sit back now and go, okay, we got through it. Yes, there's still a little bit to go, but we've got through the major half of it. And I know you guys are still over there going through a lot, and we do feel for you guys. And you're going into your winter, so we've just come out. So winter was quite hard. I mean, it's good because you can stay inside and be warm out of the cold. So, oh my God, yes. All right. So I feel like I'm already ready to connect. So I have a beautiful caller called Raven from, I think it's Philpot, I think. No, don't quote me. Raven, is that you? Hello.
Yes, hi. And
How
it's
are
Philpot,
you?
Kentucky, yes. I'm good. How
It's
are you?
Philpot, so I said it right?
Yes, it's Philpot. You said it right.
Yay! Raven, I love your name, by the way. Oh my God, it's absolutely gorgeous. So how would you, I'm a little bit witchy, so I love anything that's beautiful witchy poo stuff. So how would you like me to work for you today? Would you like me to work psychically or mediumshiply for you, darling?
It's a medium simply. That would be great.
So. Yep, thought so, because Spirit's already around me trying to put words in my mouth. So I have got a sense that I've got a beautiful loved one with me who likes to put words in people's mouths or is very talkative. And as I connect with this, I feel like this is a lady. So would this make sense to you, darling?
Yes, ma'am. So
Thank you. Yeah, it's so, and it's really interesting because I feel like I want to. It's like she's wanting to take over my talking, and I know once she starts, she doesn't stop with that.
Yeah.
Thank you. And also, she wants to. It's really interesting because I feel like she would love you and scold you in the same sentence. Would that make sense? I feel like she's got this beautiful way of just going, I love you, but oh my gosh, this is absolutely gorgeous. Now, also as she's pardon?
She had to be like that. She raised four of us on her own.
Oh, God bless her. She's so, and I feel like I wouldn't say. I feel like she's been around me all morning, or not all morning, but sort of in and out. Would I be made aware that she's got issues with the chest or lungs and coughing a lot and things like that? Would that make sense to you?
Yes.
Thank you. Yeah, so it was you. Oh, she's cheeky. She's got this gorgeous sense of humor, and she doesn't take herself too seriously. But I know when she was in that sort of, I want to say mother mode, God bless her, she would definitely be that disciplinarian. Does that make sense to you?
Yes.
Thank you. She's also really proud of you, and it's like her heart's leaping out of her chest for you at the moment. And she's telling me that you've made some really strong decisions about where you want to go next, and she's really excited that you've put your foot down with these decisions, because this is going to be a little bit of a different journey for you, but it's going to be the right journey. Does that make sense, Raven?
Well, I hope so. I hope so.
Yeah. Okay. Because I want to say that she's very, very, she's just really proud that you've put your foot down. Does that make sense?
Yes, because she always told me to be, remain firm and stand for, for what I believe in, and just.
Thank
you. I understand.
You've also got to realize that this is your journey, not everyone else's. It's all about you. It's like, I want to say, it's not being selfish to do things that are right for you in your soul and your heart, is what she's showing me. Now, also, she feels like she wants to get pots and plans. She's showing me a pot. Now, I don't know if you've still got one of her saucepans or one of her pots, but she wants to acknowledge a pot. And she also wants to acknowledge, so do you guys eat crayfish, or what's the reference with big crayfish in pots?
So what kind of pots is it?
So like saucepans, like putting on the stove.
Yes. I just recently got to get all of her things. She passed 4.5 years ago, and I just finally got to get all of her things. And
okay,
it's been an
she's
adventure.
acknowledging one of her. Okay, so she's acknowledging one of her favorite saucepans. She's showing me, and it's got a handle and everything. It's not a very big one, but it was her favorite. She keeps telling me, because it feels like it's got all these dints. It's stainless steel, and it's got all these dints on it. So can I leave that with you? Now, also, okay. Oh God, it's like she's running 100 miles an hour because she's running out of breath because she's talking so fast. And I need to tell her to slow down. Now, she's acknowledging her grandbabies or her grandchildren as well. So would I make sense that you've got children, Reagan?
Yes, I have children. I just had a grandchild of my own. Well, I've got my
Thank you, because she's acknowledging the grandbabies. She's acknowledged them. And is this a little girl that's just come in for you as a grandmother? Because she's acknowledging the girl.
Well, no, but maybe. I mean, she's got several grandchildren that are having grandchildren too, so or great grandbabies. So
okay.
I mean, she was.
She's just acknowledging the new. That's okay. She's just acknowledging the new girl, or there's a new baby girl, or there's something about baby girl. Can I leave that with you?
Yeah, she can. Yeah.
Okay. Oh my God. And she's actually, it's like I would say, she's acknowledging that she had a lot of problems talking at the end or throat things going on. Would that make sense?
She had a lot of what going on?
Around her throat. So I want to acknowledge that I'm a little bit like tight and a little bit like I can't get a lot of things out. Would that make sense to you?
Yeah. Yeah, she has
Thank
COPD,
you.
so, you know.
Okay, thank you. All right. I feel like I want to say the biggest message is that she wants you to acknowledge to keep putting one foot in front of the other. Know your own path. Don't live by other people's paths. She's very strong with that. And I know I've only got a couple of seconds to go, but she just wants to give you a massive hug and go and tip her hat off to you and say, well done. And she goes, you're one of the ones that's the most grounded at the moment as well in the family.
Yes. Yes. And
okay.
I'm hoping my stepdad made it through it also because he just passed month, so I'm hoping he's there with it.
I've got a sense that he did, but she's not letting him come in at all. Because it's her time.
Sounds like her.
It's her time. No one else. I've got you for 5 minutes. I just want to chat. So, Raven, can I leave that with you, darling? Thank you so much. And if anyone wants to contact me or contact me after the show, please on Geordie J Psychic Medium. Raven, thank you, gorgeous. Have a lovely evening. Blessings and hugs, everyone.
Thank you.
And I will chat to you. You're welcome, darling. And I will chat to you all next week. All right. Talk to you soon. Bye.
A1R Psychic Radio, Earth's #1 psychic radio network, and watching Moonstruck TV, enlightening television. Welcome.
Time for Mystical Adventures with Ann Vivian. Live from CreativePsycheStudio.com.
Connect direct. In North America, dial 888-454-2751. In London, 20-3519-2158. In Sydney, dial 02-8488-3147. Or online, contact us through our Facebook page, facebook.com/psychic radio.
Or one of our websites,
AskOneRadio.com or Moonstruck.tv.
This is Mystical Adventure
On A1R, the Ask One Radio Network.
Hello and welcome to Mystical Adventures. My name is Ann Vivian. I'm so delighted you've joined me tonight or this morning or whenever you're tuning in. Welcome. So happy fall equinox if you're in the northern hemisphere, and happy spring equinox if you're in the southern. My heart goes out to everyone affected by the wildfires in California. Oh boy, it's a very different year. It's a very different change of seasons, isn't it? Here in New England, the leaves have started to change, and it's starting to look like fall. It's my favorite season. Do you have a favorite season? Do you celebrate the changes in seasons? I actually find that connecting with the cycles in nature is something really grounding to me right now and comforting. And it's a way to connect with the web of life, the collective energy, in a really positive way. Right now, there's a lot of challenging energy in the collective, and I feel nature provides one opportunity to connect, but connect with the collective in a really beautiful, positive, grounding, natural way. So I thought I'd start by sharing the angel card I pulled. It is the Angel of Peace from this deck by Kim Maroney, and the angel is called Kailere. I may be butchering that. But boy, do we need an angel of peace right now, and I feel like, you know, the message that's coming through is to take care of ourselves, take care of each other, and to create more peace by focusing on peace where we find it. There is a lot of change and stress happening right now. The global pandemic is continuing to go on its cycle. Here in the United States, we have our presidential election coming up, and there's a lot of division, not just politically among parties, but among families, among friends, regarding this political election. And there are just quite a few different opinions being dispersed in social media and the news, and just, you know, between friends and neighbors and family members. And, you know, I'm very sensitive, tuning into all of this collective chaos and confusion and anxiety and fear. So we really appreciate the Angel of Peace tonight, don't we? And I wanted to talk about tonight what we can do to best handle all of this chaos and all of this mass fear. Connecting with nature is, of course, one way, but I wanted to share with you tonight some tips for connecting with your own inner guidance system through the mystical world of dreams. Dreams provide a beautiful way for you to bypass the chaos around you, the chaos of the collective, avoid getting swept up in the mass fear and other people's thoughts and ideas, and maybe even people or groups that are pushy. And so sometimes it's hard to hear our own thoughts. Dreams provide a beautiful way for us to tune into our own inner guidance system, our own emotions, our own intuition, our own inner wisdom and higher consciousness. And so what I wanted to share tonight was some tips for beginning to work with dreams. And it looks like I have a caller, but I'm going to be probably talking for the next 15 minutes, Dave, and I look forward to caller in a few minutes. Thank you. So there's research on dreams, amazingly, not just by fabulous, New Age and metaphysical people doing their own type of research, which is very valuable, but people in the academic community and scientific community are doing more and more research on dreams. And there's actually some studies at Berkeley College. Did you know that sleep deprivation is linked to, and sleep deprivation as well as dream deprivation is linked to heart disease, obesity, Alzheimer's, dementia, depression, and other mental disorders? It's true. Not getting enough sleep is actually correlated with all these things. So it's pretty important to get enough sleep. And it's pretty important for our brain, our psyche, our mind, body, spirit to engage in the dream process. It's part of how we maintain our physical, mental, spiritual health. So some of these really interesting studies at Berkeley show that sleep actually helps us to learn information better. We learn skills better and quicker when we sleep on it, when we get enough sleep, and we also retain our memories better. It also shows that dreams help us to, and this is nothing new, you probably knew this, but they help us to process emotional experiences. They help us to reduce the intensity of emotional experiences and help us to cope. They increase our creativity, they increase our problem-solving ability, and they increase our intuitive problem-solving ability. So if you have a problem and there's all these different pieces to the problem, all these different pieces to the puzzle, if you sleep on it, you're actually a lot more likely to intuitively know the answer to this problem. So this research said. So I love sharing this research because I think it can be helpful to our analytical mind, to, I'm just hearing a little bit of feedback, but Dave would have told me if he's hearing anything, if he heard anything. So I'm just going to continue. So I really like the research piece because it gives our analytical mind something to hold on to. Because sometimes what can get in the way of connecting with our inner wisdom, dreams, intuition is our critical, analytical, egoic mind, right, who wants to hop in and tell us why this is not legitimate. The truth is we live in a world and a time in which dreams in general are not valued, and this can be a contextual problem, a contextual obstacle for connecting with our dreams and appreciating our dreams. So sometimes it's helpful to, find some research to throw the dog of your ego, if we're using the metaphor of a dog, a bone, and to help it realize that dreams and sleep are really important and can really help you in some practical ways. But you probably know that dreams, or hopefully you do, but I want to affirm right here and now that it is my belief and experience, not only my own, but working with many clients over the years, that dreams are very powerful for helping you connect with your inner guidance system, for helping you to navigate problems, connect with your intuition, to get guidance and answers, and increase your creativity and have beautiful spiritual expansive experiences as well. So I'm going to go over some tips for beginning to work with dreams, specifically recalling dreams. Because I have a lot of clients who come to me and they say, Anne, I would love to do all these things with my dreams, but I can't remember them. I don't remember them. Well, you do probably remember them, unless you have a brain injury or you're on some heavy medication or some heavy drugs. You dream from 4 to 6 times per night, and it's just part of how our brain is really designed. So the problem is remembering them. So here are some tips. If you do remember your dreams, these can help you remember more of them. If you don't remember them at all, try some of these and it can help you to start to remember them. So tip number 1 for dream recall. Number 1, assess your beliefs about dreams and your ability to work with them. Do you think you can actually work with your dreams? If not, you're programming your mind not to remember them. Affirm that you can remember your dreams. It's possible. do you believe in the validity and the power of dreams, that they're worth something? Reflect on what you really believe about dreams, and if you find that you might have some differing beliefs and some unhelpful ones, affirmations can be really helpful. And I know a lot of people think affirmations are, just fluffy and don't do anything, and they're just kind of, Pollyanna positive thinking that has no grounding or practical application. But affirmations really can be incredibly powerful. They work really, there's a few tricks to using affirmations, and they work a lot better if you connect the affirmation with an emotion, and if you put yourself in a relaxed state while you're stating the affirmation. Also, if you choose an affirmation that is not too far-fetched for your mind to believe. So I suggest use some affirmations, something like, I joyfully remember my dreams. Visualize yourself remembering your dreams in the morning. And as you get into your bed, as you're about to fall asleep, visualize yourself recalling your dreams in the morning, and imagine how it will feel. This is programming your mind to work with you to remember your dreams. Even if you wake up and you don't remember anything, don't give up, try it again. And remember to review your successes. The second tip for dream recall, your bedtime routine. Are you exposing yourself to a lot of stimulation and excitement before you go to bed? This can actually prevent you from sleeping well, but it also can prevent you from engaging with your dreams and remembering your dreams. So try and have some sort of relaxing bedtime ritual to let go of worries. I highly recommend journaling. Try and have some sort of routine that helps you let go of the anxieties of the day and to transition from active to reflective and relaxation. It might be a cup of tea, it might be listening to some music, and this can help program your mind to slow down and to program your psyche to begin to switch to a reflective state of being in which you're more receptive to the dreams. And you can carry this through the whole dream experience, your whole sleep experience. It's almost like you're about to enter a whole other world. And what do you want to bring into that world with you? If you're bringing in a very chaotic type of scattered consciousness, it's going to be harder in the morning to remember your dreams and get to that state of clarity. If you center yourself before you go to sleep, do something to process the day, then you're entering the sleep world, the dream world, with a centered consciousness. And that can be easier when you come out to bring that consciousness to help you remember those dreams. Tip number 3, remember to get enough sleep. You're not going to be able to remember your dreams very well if you don't have enough sleep and you're not entering the sleep cycle properly. Things like alcohol and marijuana. Marijuana actually shortens your REM cycle. That's the part of the dream cycle, rapid eye movement, in which you do most dreaming. And so those substances can affect your sleep cycle, not to mention other heavy prescription and recreational drugs. I highly suggest you don't stop taking your prescription drugs if you take them. And even if it affects your sleep cycle, if you're taking a prescription medication, you could usually work with it. You might have more dreams closer to when you are awake that you can work with and remember. But pay attention to what you're putting in your body. Pay attention to actually scheduling your routine so that you get a full night's sleep. And also relaxing your body can be really helpful. Tip number 4. This is my favorite tip. Dream journal. Incidentally, I think tip number 1, your beliefs are the most important, most effective, most powerful of all of these 5 tips. But tip number 4, dream journal, is my favorite tip. I love dream journals. I love keeping a dream journal. I love looking back in my dreams. It is a huge part of my spiritual journey and creativity and how I understand the meaning of my dreams. And I use my dreams to connect with my intuition and help me make decisions and navigate through this life. So keep a dream journal. There's a lot of different kinds of dream journals. You can keep one on your phone. You can keep, a written one. You can do text to audio to text, or just keep an audio file. But whatever you do, keeping a dream journal is creating a circuit with your unconscious mind. and your body. So you physically are writing something or typing something or speaking something into your device, and this makes a statement to your unconscious mind. And that's really the part of your mind you want to work with here to cooperate with you. And it's saying to your mind, this is important. And it's beginning to set up that wiring in your brain to connect with your dream, to realize that you're really taking it seriously. And I suggest if you use a dream journal, even if you don't get anything in the morning, just write down how you feel. Even if you just got like a little detail, write it down. And the next day, keep writing, keep doing it over and over again. This helps you to get, establish that routine. And like I said, really establish that circuitry in your brain and your psyche. Tip number 5, honor what you get. If you dismiss your dreams and say, oh my gosh, it was so crazy and stupid, and my dreams are just so, oh my gosh, and they're just crazy and stupid. Well, the part of you that is producing the dreams hears that. So honor your dreams. They're gifts. And if you speak to your dream self, if you speak of your dreams with honor and appreciation, you are going to receive that energy back from your dreams. So speak of your dreams with honor, even if you don't understand them. And I know sometimes we have really crazy dreams that we don't understand, or even scary ones, but if we can refer to them and think about them with appreciation, then you're setting up more of a relationship with your dreams that's going to pay off as you begin to work with them. You can also bring your dream into the here and now, into this present day waking life. And this is another way to honor your dreams and connect with them. You can bring them in by writing them in your journal, by telling them to someone, by making some art about them, dancing your dream, singing your dream, taking an action, from your dream. Maybe you dreamed about a feather and you go look for a feather today, or you draw a picture of a feather. So those are my tips on beginning dream. Those are my tips on dream recall, and it's a great way to begin to work with your dreams. Try them. I have so much fun with my dreams. I have found that these have been really effective with me and my clients, so I would love to hear about your experiences if you try them. Give me a message on Facebook, Creative Psyche Studio. All right, so I think it's time to shift gears. It's 8:48. And I believe my producer told. Let me pull up my chat. I didn't quite catch. Jeannie in Florida. Hello.
Hi, how are you?
Oh, I'm good. How are you doing tonight, Jeannie?
I'm hanging in there, honey.
Well, thank you so much for calling in. My name is Anne. How can I help you tonight, Jeannie?
Well, Anne, I just wondered if you had any insight from the other side for me.
Okay, yeah. So you want me to just kind of tune into your energies and tell you what I get?
That would be great. I'm just clueless here. Since the hurricane, it's just been a nightmare.
Yes, in Florida, right. Oh, my heart goes out to you. All right, let me tune in, Jean. Well, I'm getting the feeling as I tune into your energy that you have something that you want to do that you haven't been able to do, that you kind of put on the back burner. And it could be something to do with, I'm seeing like books and organized books, and it could be something to do with learning, or books or reading or organization or a project. Does that make sense?
Yeah. Yes, it does.
Okay. So I feel like, when I tune into your energy, Jeannie, I actually feel like you are very intuitive, is what I'm getting. You don't like for others to tell you what to do. And I feel like you have a very subtle energy that you can work on a problem, you can understand a problem in a very subtle, kind of under the radar way, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
And so regarding what I see around you, if you put something to the side that you really want to work on, that you feel like it's not appropriate to work on right now, I feel like there are people that can help you with this, and that, an important message is you're not alone, and that you do have angels and guardians on your side helping you. And it's almost like, I feel like Spirit is saying, it's like you want to establish something before you take on this project. But I feel Spirit is saying you might not need as much of a foundation as you think you need in order to do what you want to do. Does that make sense?
Okay.
Can I ask you what kind of, what are they referring to here with what you put on the back burner?
I shut my heart down.
Yeah.
And when I shut my heart down, everything's shut down.
I see. Okay. Okay. So it's like multiple things are affected by how you shut your heart down.
Yeah, pretty much.
Well, I feel like I pulled some cards for you, and I feel like as I'm listening to the messages of the cards, it's like you have this very serious energy around you, and that you want to take things with such responsibility, which I think shows your integrity, Jeannie, and it shows that you are someone who really cares about how your actions affect others, and if you're doing things the quote the right way, doing things ethically, you don't want to leave someone behind. And I feel like sometimes, Jeannie, you might neglect your own power. I actually feel like you are a very, very spiritually powerful, intuitive person who has a lot of psychic power, and that you don't express that, if that makes sense, that you kind of hold that back. And there's a sense that, some of this is you don't want others to see you, you don't want others to see certain sides of you, because you're not sure how they would respond to these gifts that you're offering. But I feel like, you have so many gifts to offer the world, Jeannie, and the message is coming through is don't take no for an answer, that you really do have a lot to give. And I think you taking a step up and taking an action is really going to help you feel better, feel more in the flow, because you have some really great potential cards that came out here. So it's kind of like once you sort of move the obstacle to the side, the energy is really going to start flowing.
So if I kill the fear.
Yeah, sometimes it's really about getting in touch with the fear and working with that fear. And sometimes, instead of trying to suppress the fear, kind of embracing it. Okay, fear, come here. Come sit next to me. What are you afraid of? What's really here? And sometimes when we can get to that root fear and really face it, we can kind of unpack it and challenge it. So the fear that people aren't going to get you, the fear that you'll be alone, the fear that what you have to offer is not worth something, being able to challenge that and come up with your evidence list to, does that make sense?
Yeah, it really does.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What kind of gifts? Yeah, go on, please.
I had a very strange thing happened to me a decade ago, and everyone thinks I'm crazy. And maybe I am.
What kind of strange thing?
Well, I was talking to people that wasn't there, and other people saw it and thought I was crazy. And one of my girlfriends did a ceremony to make them go away and leave me alone, and they went away and left me alone. But those people were extremely helpful when they told me what they told me, even though they weren't real. Does that make sense?
It does make sense, Jeannie. It does.
So I kind of shut my heart down. I shut my heart down, and I don't know how to reopen it, so that, because I think I need some professional help from the other side. Does that make sense?
It might be really helpful to see a spiritual practitioner. I think, we've got just 2 minutes left, but I just want to say really quickly, Jeannie, that makes so much sense with, what we were talking about your gifts, your spiritual gifts, your intuition that you're not using. And if I'm tuning into that, and these were really helpful spirits, I think that does not sound like a mental illness to me. A hallucination tends to be voices that are disturbing, that are not helpful, and I think it might be really helpful for you to connect with someone to help you unpack that, because I think once you do, you have such a gift to connect with the other side and the world. I hope that was helpful. Janie, thank you so much for calling in. I'm going to wrap up.
I appreciate it.
Last things, Jeannie. We just have 30 seconds here, so thank you so much for tuning in, everyone. So honored you've connected with me tonight. Please follow me on my Facebook page and Instagram, Creative Psyche Studio. I'm at creativepsychestudio.com, and that's also the name of my YouTube channel. And I am looking forward to connecting with you next week. So until then, enjoy recalling your dreams, and leave me a message if you have any luck with it. Love and blessings.
Psychic Radio, Earth's #1 psychic radio network, and watching Moonstruck TV, enlightening television. Welcome.
Time for Amazing Grace, Celebrity Psychic with Grace Wilczak. Grace Wilczak. Live from Facebook.com/Grace Wilczak Medium Psychic.
Connect direct. In North America, dial 888-454-2751. In London, 20-3519-2158. In Sydney, dial 02-8488-3147. Or online, contact us through our Facebook page, Facebook.com/Psychic Radio.
Or one of our websites,
AskOneRadio.com or Moonstruck.tv.
This is Amazing Grace Celebrity Psychic
on A1R, the Ask One Radio Network.
Good evening, USA, and hello everyone where you are. Welcome you to A1 Radio Show and Moonstruck TV. I am Grace Wilczak from Amazing Grace Show. I am clairvoyant, medium. I work with angel, archangel. I use my tarot cards. I work with quantum physics. And I got very strong connection with another galactic and another being. I love my oracle cards and I love astrology, but I'm not astrologer. I would like to talk a little bit today about another key to very good relationship. And that key is a commitment. And commitment means love. Without the commitment, there is no loving relationship. And commitment solves problems. Commitment brings you happiness and a really deeper connection. Commitment makes you strong and strengthen your connection between you and your partner. It brings you more freedom because it's you trust each other. I feel like many people is thinking like commitment relationship is a jail forever, and like you can't do nothing because you're not free. This is not true, because when you're really committed and when you love each other, you trust each other, and your relationship is stronger and stronger. Doesn't mean we will be, for example, forever with another person. Please work on your relationship. And I feel like you need to be positive. You need to enjoy your relationship. You need to bring to everything what you can from you, because another person is not the same. And please always communicate. Please always speak up what you would like. And commitment is health. Commitment is caring. Commitment is enjoying yourself. Commitment is a holiday together, cleaning together, helping each other together, cooking together. Life is not only bedroom, and commitment is everything which works for you. And you need to feel like, I am with my partner 100%, or no at all. And that's love me or leave me. And that's what it is. Problems can be solved, but you need to speak up, because another person doesn't know what you have in here in your mind and in your ego. If you say something, he will be understand, or she will be understand, okay? And I feel like you love to listen. I see usually like this: listen to your heart, and heart will guide you. Heart will tell you what to do. Honor your own being and trust yourself and go with the flow. But first you need to, and please, you need to listen yourself, and you need to listen your heart, because it's a beautiful song, and the song is like listen to your heart, and you will be very, very, very happy with that song, because it's a lot of messages. Commitment is desire, and what is your desire, please share with your partner, because your partner will always help you, okay? You thinking about, for example, you're thinking about stress and what you want and ask and say, he change, he will go with you, okay? Because he is not in the same thought. I feel like, many people compromise all self to the point like, they risking their life, they risking their health. It's a lot of suicide because the people not talk. And I just leave that with you now, and you will be fine. I feel I got the caller now, and is Jessica? Yes, Jessica.
Yes.
Okay, from
Yeah.
Arizona, in Arizona. Hello, how are you, darling? How can I help you, Jessica?
Hi, I am doing good, and I wanted to know what it's like with, I guess, could you, like, feel energies for me, like, I guess from people who passed on with me?
I feel your energy, darling, and I feel people from heaven. I feel like you would like to having mediumship reading, yes? I feel it's somebody connected. I connect with somebody who was the rescue, okay? There's a lady, she's showing me, I feel it was a lot of sacrificing, and she passed naturally.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I feel like she sacrificed a lot because they showed me sacrificing. She was sacrificing herself for family, okay, for husband, for family. I feel she's showing me for you more silver color. Please wear it more silver. Silver will help you because you just procrastinated with many things, and I feel like she's showing me for you. You got darling gift, and please go with that gift, okay? And your gift is to be healer. What she's showing me. You please work more because you was in a past life. I see she's showing me your past life, and you is before, and now that's why you draw now to the healing. Okay, what she's showing me. I feel like you need to be strong, what she's showing me, and for some reason you would like to be pregnant or something, because she's showing me baby, or is somebody in family is expecting baby, because she's showing me baby. Everything is okay with your reproductive system?
Yeah. I am not, I don't have a baby yet. But
she's showing me. Yeah, I see the baby, darling. You're gonna be pregnant, okay? I wish you all the best with your baby. Please connect because she's showing me like you need to work more with the crystals. Please connect with the crystal. I feel she's showing me like a year from now. She's showing me 1 year from now. I think you're gonna have a baby, okay? From 1 year now. It is man. Are you in a relationship, Dia?
Yeah, I am.
Yeah, that is a nice man around you. He's nice, and I feel she's showing me he's holding money. Everything will be okay. More holiday for you, and what she wants from you. She's showing everything will be good. Everything will be good. Okay, and you've been worrying, and you had anxiety. Okay, what she's showing me, trust yourself, be honest, and connect more with your partner. Okay, I feel like your soul need more healing. Okay, and she's with you, she is helping you. Please talk to her, and she will be helping you. I feel like she showed me medicine woman. You need to go to the healing, the darling healing area, and you probably gonna be healer, and you will be heal people. Okay, trust yourself, trust your spirit. Talk to your lady. I think that was your grandmother. I feel there was grandmother or grandmother, okay? And she's showing me there actually again, okay? I wish you all the best, lots of love. I'm connecting with you, darling, with your heart. Everything will be fine, okay? And the time for you only 1 year, and you will be happy, okay? Please be committed to your relationship, okay? And be happy, enjoy your life, okay? And I got the flower for you. Just a moment. I'm just going to take the flower for you. Okay, the flower, you got the lily flower, what she wants me to show you, okay? And the lily flower is, please buy the lily flower. Lily flower going to give you a lot of help and a lot of things, okay? And Lily is what she wants. Oh, yeah, it's a commitment. Look. I just got a commitment topic today, and she will speak up for you commitment, because she pulled that card for you, okay, not me. And please don't listen another people, okay, because I feel like you listen too much another people. Thank you, darling. All the best. Thank you for connecting with me. I need to finish my show. Thank you.
Psychic Radio, Earth's #1 psychic radio network, and watching Moonstruck TV, enlightening television. Welcome.
Time for Australia's Cowgirl Medium with Tanya Reid. Live from psychiccowgirl.com.au.
Connect direct. In North America, dial 888-454-2751. In London, 20-3519-2158. In Sydney, dial 02-8488-3147. Or online, contact us through our Facebook page, facebook.com/psychic radio.
Or one of our websites,
askoneradio.com or moonstruck.tv.
This is Australia's Cowgirl Medium
on A1R, the Ask One Radio Network.
G'day, Tanya Reeves, Australia's Cowgirl Medium, coming at you from Sunday Creek here in Victoria, Australia. It is afternoon here, so good evening, good morning, or good afternoon for anyone that's connecting today, wherever you are in the world. We do get people phoning in from all over, so it's really cool to be able to connect. Thank God for the internet is all I can say, because it's really kept us going through this time. And, you know, I know I'm probably one of many of you that have really embraced Zoom, and, you know, we're able to interact and still call each other when we can't physically catch up, as things are here in Victoria, in Australia at the moment. So we are in regional areas, so we're at stage 3. We've actually, we've taken a few steps out of the lockdown, so we've been really fortunate in that way. Unfortunately, Melbourne still are in lockdown, but hopefully they'll get a bit of reprieve. I'm thinking this coming Sunday they're doing they'll be announcing the next step. So numbers are dropping, so that's really great, and sending out love to wherever you are in the world, and setting that intention that we can get this under control and get back on with our lives, and get back to some kind of normality. Certainly taking on board what it is that you may have had realizations through this time. I know for me I have, and just changing the way we do things. We were chatting this morning about businesses and how this has altered the way that we do business, and for many businesses they're really taking opportunities and, whether it's expanding into a different area or being able to promote your business differently and going down a different avenue with your business, always know that there is there's a way around this. And I shared this morning on our show with one of the viewers who was asking about business, and I really feel like sometimes if you're in your business at the moment and you are struggling, get somebody from outside to have a look within and have a look at the structure, and sometimes fresh eyes will come up with an idea or concept that maybe because you're in the business and your mind's focused on that, you haven't noticed before. There could be an opportunity to change things around and bring in more income. So just remember that, sometimes we get so bogged down in it where our life is our business, and we put so much of ourselves into it that we sometimes can't see the wood for the trees, whereas somebody looking from the outside can have a little look and say, okay, how can we shift and change this, and how can we make something that's not so ideal into being having a more of a positive and optimistic future, a feeling of, God, I can't talk today. That feeling of being bringing in some positive energy and just feeling feeling more positive. So I just wanted to share that today because I'm sure there's a few that are listening that will relate and will be able to connect in with that message. So let me see, I've got my first caller here. I've got Teresa. Dave's Trissa. Dave's trying to spell for me because I can't pronounce. Hi, Trissa. How are you?
Hi, I'm great. How are you?
Good. Thank you for calling in. And you're from Minnesota in the US, yeah? Look at that.
Yep.
Cool.
Yep,
cool. Thank
Minnesota.
You. Lovely. That's two really long names, isn't it, to get around when you're explaining where you're from? That's cool.
Yeah, it
is. So can I ask you, Teresa, is your father in spirit? Because I feel like I've got a male stepping in for you. I feel like he's fatherly.
I can hear you are breaking up a little bit, but I can hear you for the most part.
Okay. Can I ask, is Dad in spirit for you?
Excuse me?
Is your father
Who's in spirit? I have a grandpa in spirit. My mother passed away.
Oh. Feeling for you. Okay, because I've got the all right, let's go with grandfather first and we'll get him to so has mum passed away? Is that within the last 12 to 18 months that mum's passed? I feel like I want to go to, it hasn't been that long with mum.
Nope, she passed away 8 years ago.
Oh, 8 years, okay. Yep. It feels like that's interesting. Let me see. So, and you looked after mum, yeah, prior to her passing, or there was something about you caring for her. So was she unwell? Like, I feel like I want to go to, because she's saying to me she's so appreciative of what you did for her. So that usually means that, there was an involvement of you looking after her, is what she's showing.
Right, yeah.
Yeah, so she's feeling very grateful for you and all that you did. And it's like, of course, being your mum, you had a special connection, but it's like she spends a lot of time around you. So I do want to say that I feel like you are aware of her being around, and she's also showing me birds. So I feel like there's a sign around when there's birds around, or that you look out and go, oh, that's mum letting you know she's around.
Can you repeat that last part?
She's showing me birds around. Yeah. There's birds is what. Yep, as her sign to let you know she's around is what she's showing me.
Oh, okay.
Beautiful. Yeah, so it's like that's one of the ways that she lets you know she's around. But she also enjoys hanging around with you, and she's just sharing me. I feel like Mum had a bit of a sense of humour, and I feel like you do as well, and you both shared that, because it's the way she's coming through with her conversation is like there's a lot of joy around, and I feel like when you connect in with her, there's joy between the two of you. So we have a bit of fun. She wants to stir you up about your cooking, because I feel like she's saying, I don't know whether you had a disaster or something you tried to make and it didn't work, and it's like with that she's sharing that, you know, that confirmation that she's around and she can see what's happening.
I was for joking around too much.
But she loves that, and that's who, you know, I feel like that was her and that's you.
Everything.
Yeah, and it was like, and that's what she's saying, you know, there's something around you messing up cooking, and she wants to laugh, and I feel like that would be something that she would do. It's like, you know, I go to make something and I put the wrong thing in or something, and you know, again, it's funny. It's something the two of you share. She does want to congratulate you, saying you've done a wonderful job, and it's time to move on to the next project. So there's something around. You've done really well, and now it's time to swap things around. I feel like this is around something you're doing currently.
Okay, I just left an abusive relationship 2 weeks ago and moved back home to Minnesota from another state.
Beautiful. Yeah, so it's like, I want to say to you next. It's like, I'm ready for the next chapter. So there's a lot of opportunities opening up for you, and she's saying to me, have patience for the money to come in, because there's something around money coming in. It might not be there right now, but she's saying to tell you it's coming. So trust that, because she's showing that very strongly. Yep. So keep the faith up around that. Are you when you've moved back home? Are you staying with somebody at the moment? Because I feel like there's still somewhere you're going to move to that will be more yours.
Yeah, I'm actually staying in a shelter with my kids right now until I get back on my feet.
Yeah, perfect. Because she's showing me you're going to have your home, so don't, you know, keep the faith there. You've got that. And I do want to say the best thing.
It's a lot better here than where I was.
Yeah, absolutely. And it's like for you, this is your rebirth. You know, things are going to start to fall into place, and it's like you've made the right decision. Mum's really proud of you, and she's like, well done, you've done it. I feel like it took you a lot to do it, and there was a lot of trying to get away and it not happening. And, you know, it was almost like you felt a bit like, oh, I have to keep up and down, up and down, up and down. Yeah, but you've done it, so that's the best part. And I really want to say it's like the universe is smiling down on you right now to go, you know, you've taken that step. You feel like you are going to look at the spiritual side of things, and there'll be something that you're going to do, you know, in alignment, a little bit like how I'm delivering messages now from Spirit. There's that you have a spiritual path as well, and that will be open to you, you know, as you're moving forward.
Okay.
Yeah, and you're going to inspire others with your story. So I also want to remind you in that to write down what it is, you know, like things that you're going through and processing, all that you've been through. You know, have yourself a journal or something that you can write things down, because I do feel you'll be sharing your story and others will be inspired just by the way that you're sharing. And you're a very authentic person, and that really shines through. I feel like people resonate.
I've actually told a lot of people that I should write a story about or make a movie out of my life, and it would just keep going and going and going, because there's just so much that's happened.
Yes, so please start, you know, I always say start just writing down, like, you know, dedicate some time each day. And that's a great part of healing too. I can relate to that, because having written myself, it helps you, you know, like when you're writing things down, it enables us to process things, and you do have a great story and it will be shared. So you haven't gone through all of this for no reason, if that makes sense. It's like the hindsight is going to be, you're going to share your story and you're going to be inspirational with it. So mum's up there guiding you. You've got your grandfather too, and he's like your protector, I want to say. I feel like he's stepped in a few times to save you in situations where you've needed somebody. It's like he's been there to help you.
Okay.
Yeah, so, so keep chatting to them, the two of them around you. They're, you have them there to guide you. So if you get stuck or you're not sure about anything, just connect with them and ask them and say, okay, as I'm regrouping now, I'm visualizing my house that I'm going to have for my home, for myself and my children. You've got gorgeous children too, I have to say. There's one with a cheeky smile. I see a cheeky smile on one. I mean, they're all cute, but there's one real cheeky, like butter wouldn't melt in their mouth. So cute. Mum's showing me. All right, I've run out of time. Connect with me on Facebook, Australia's Cowgirl Medium, and shoot me a message. Love to connect. And take care, and I'll see everyone next week. Thank you.
listening to A1R Psychic Radio, Earth's Earth's #1 psychic radio network, and watching Moonstruck TV, Enlightening Television. Welcome.
Time for Insights into Consciousness with Anna Olson. Live from AnnaOlsonIntuitive.com.
Connect direct. In North America, dial 888-454-2751. In London, 20-3519-2158. In Sydney, dial 02-8488-3147. Or online, contact us through our Facebook page, facebook.com/psychic radio.
Or one of our websites,
AskOneRadio.com or Moonstruck.tv.
This is Insights into Consciousness
on A1R, the Ask One Radio Network.
Hello, welcome to Insights into Consciousness. I'm your host, Anna Olson. I'm here on A1R Radio. I'm here every Thursday, 6:30 Pacific Standard Time, 9:30 Eastern Standard Time. Now, today, I am just talking about things going on in the world. You can also reach me at AnnaOlsonIntuitive.com, by the way, and that's at the bottom of the screen. But I also wanted to go over what's going on in the world and kind of some of the ways that people are dealing with it. So I do have a client base where I work with people weekly, biweekly, monthly, whatever. And when I do meet with people, I do the basic. I use my psychology background to go over some things that they need help with or to guide them, and I also use spirit. So it's kind of like a reading life coaching. And so this is what I'm really kind of delving into today, is just some of the things that I've been sharing with my clients that I learned back when I had my training in 2003. And I just really want to share some really great, helpful things that are really helping people that I've been working with. Now, I like to go along with the concept of using psychology and the law of attraction and spirit or intuition as a great kind of like a team or a great set of skills to just really dial us in and help us to really get grounded and figure out what it is that we want to do and what it is our vision really is. So what we start out with when I work with clients is, what do you want? That is the first question that we ask. And you really have to get into the details. You can start out with maybe, well, I'd really like to increase my income, or I'd really love to just enjoy my job. Some people just want to simply enjoy their job. This is perfect. And then you kind of go into, well, what would you like to do for a living? And we delve more and more, deeper into the little nitty-gritty little details of things that they want. And then what I do is I, week by week, detail by detail, go through the things that they would like to manifest in their lives. The different areas of your life that you can really focus on or set goals with would be, first of all, usually it's finance, because that's sort of the foundation for everything else. And we always have a foundation goal that will kind of push the rest forward and motivate the person to really get the rest done. The other would be relationships, such as your significant other or marriage. And then the next one would be like family, your children, your parents, your brothers and sisters, etc. There's also where would you like to live? What house would you like to buy? What would it look like? These are just four of the basic things that we go over. And of course, spirituality is always at the forefront with my life coaching, because I really feel that that's important to get in touch with anytime you're going to start this kind of work, because you really want to be on the highest frequency possible. So we go into like this amazing frequency of conduciveness to all the things that you want. And right now in the world, what's happening is people are on lockdown, or they're really worried about how this is going to go with COVID. California's basically had so many fires that there's been so much worry about people's homes and families and pets, and a lot of our emergency workers being deployed to go and to work. And really there's been a lot of stress. Kids have been at home. Kids have not been able to go to school in a lot of states, a lot of countries. So people are losing their jobs. People are not able to really sustain a social life or a dating life, or just fill in the blank. It's really put a lot of stress on people. And if you would like to know basically the detail and work with me, you can always get a hold of me. My website's Anna Olson Intuitive. That by phone, either way. And if you're in the area, you can meet with me, perhaps social distance. So, you know, first of all, the main thing people seem to be dealing with right now is stress from relationships. I thought that it was going to be money and where, you know, am I going to have my job in 2 months? But really, it's about relationships. That has been the forefront of people's concern lately. Wanting to get into a relationship and having such limiting really exposure to other people, they can't even go out to a social situation. Secondly, they don't see their family as much. They are locked in the house basically with their significant other or their children, and the relationships are strained, or they're trying to figure out what's happening with the person who they've been with for years, and either things aren't going well or they've lost contact with them, and that's usually what I'm dealing with lately. So I wanted to go over a few concepts that I work with people on regarding relationships first, because relationships seem to be at the forefront right now. And of course,